discuss reading a book at the perfect time. I've known about this phenomenon for as long as I've been a reader, but it's not something I consciously think about every time I pick up a new book to read. Plus, I know that anything we do, say, think, etc. is all a part of how we were raised, our life experiences, our hopes, our dreams, based on our religion, where we grew up, all of our cultural aspects that make up who we are as people. I think it helps to know that about a reviewer before you take what they say in the review as fact rather than their cultural influences or life experiences. Let me give you a couple of examples. Example number 1. Maybe you're reading about a girl or a woman who stays in an abusive relationship even though we as the reader are screaming at her to leave him and run for the hills. It could be a hard situation to read about, but it's real life. That stuff really happens. Sadly, I know from experience. So while I won't go into more details about my personal situation, it's safe to say that if I see that in a book, I can relate. Let's take another example. The love triangle. Everybody hates that trope, but it's a real one. Maybe it hasn't happened to you, and maybe it hasn't even happened to anyone you know. But again, speaking from personal experience, a girl or woman can feel the pulls of attraction to two different people at the same time. In all honesty, both are probably horrible choices, or at the very least, there is a better choice, but the girl or woman will be so close to the situation and wrapped up with it that she won't be able to see that. I could give you tons of other examples. The fairy tale ending, the miscommunication trope, insta-love. Everything that is hated out there is sometimes based in truth. So what's the point in knowing all this? The point is that not all books will hit home with the reader at a given time in which they choose to read a book. In fact, it might never be the perfect time for that person to read that particular book. But that doesn't mean that it isn't right for someone out there. So instead of taking things that a reviewer says and bashing their opinions, maybe step back and think why they said that, or I wonder why they feel that way. Reading is a very personal experience, and I often find more critical reviews helpful to me as a reader. The next time you run across something in your reading that you don't like, I promise you that it's okay to put it down and pick up something else to read. It took me a long time to be okay with not completing a book. But that's a story for another day. That's all I have for you right now. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!